Hey everybody, this is Tony at Texhoma Harley Davidson. I wanted to use this opportunity to do a video about my love for Sportsters, I guess is how you could put it. I've had a Sportster since 1998 when I was 18 years old. It was very much like this little Sporty in the background here. 98 Sportster was my first bike. This is very similar to the way it came off the factory floor. It had different pipes, different wheels, different handlebars, of course. This is a lot of the way mine was set up back then, except I had 4-inch drag specialties, risers, and drag bars. I had these exact pipes, Screaming Eagle 2s. I had a 43 main jet in my carburetor with my air screw turned out 2 1/4 turns, and that was all it took to make your 883 into a stage 1 back then. Now, I changed my bike up a lot. I ended up doing 1200 kit. I had a running tally. I was a parts guy at the time. I spent 15 grand on my Sportster above the $6,000 it cost new, which isn't a lot of money nowadays, but back then it was a whole lot, way more money than I should have put into a Sportster back then. But I still got her, so 90,000 miles on that thing. It's been an awesome motorcycle. It's not the one I ride all the time, of course, but it's one that I'm always going to have in the stable. I'm always going to have her around. Back then we were trying to do what Buell did. In 96 Buell came out. They had 101 horsepower White Lightning in 98 thunderstorm heads. So you take your heads off of Buell and you put them on a Sportster and you can get close to that 101 horsepower. I've actually been 140 miles an hour on my Sporty. 127 miles an hour in the quarter mile. It was a fast little motorcycle. Way faster than such a small vibrating little motorcycle should have been. But if I'd have waited just a handful of years, Harley went and built this one right here. This is the XR 1200. This is the bike I really would have liked to have back then. As you can tell, somebody at Harley liked Sportsters, so they went and they took a bunch of stuff from the Buells, stuff from the XBs when they came out in 03, I believe they were. This one came out in 2008. A bathtub style combustion chamber. They haven't been able to run a bathtub combustion chamber for a long time because Bartels, I'm pretty sure Bartels sued them in, what was it, 91 or 92 when the XL 1000 came out as the Evo, and they actually got sued. Harley got sued because they infringed on a copyright from Bartels. So they ran that combustion chamber for 1 year, had to get rid of it, waited like 10 years or whatever until their patent ran out, and then Harley was able to start using that combustion chamber again. It's got different kind of fuel injection than the other Sportsters had. It's more like the Buells where it's going down, because your Buells, the air box was up here. This one they modified it, fit underneath the tank. This is still your fuel tank. That's still your oil tank. It's not flopped around like some of the new Sportsters the Buells were. This thing has wheels that really remind me of the old Performance Machine wheels that came in 96 on the original Buells. But this thing is a lot more reliable than those XBs. This one doesn't have the TPS problems and all that crazy stuff that Buell had problems. But for whatever reason, it did not take off when it was new, and it never really made a big splash like it did in my mind anyway. That thing was the pinnacle of Sportsters. Now they got your water-cooled Sportsters are a little bit different style, but that thing really is, like I say, this is the pinnacle of what you could do with a Sportster, and I think this is really an unsung hero. But anyway, yeah, I like Sporties, not afraid to admit it. So if you like Sportsters, come talk to me about Sportsters. We'll have a good time.